Rajasthan Royals, they go 2-2 and they've got some precious points up front in IPL 2022. We'll bring it all for you in this match review with the biggest Rajasthan Royals fan there is. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Avnish Hegde. You're watching cricket.com and we've got Graeme Smith looking dapper in the brand new Royals jersey. How delighted are you, Smithy?
I tell you, I got sent this as a gift today. It couldn't have been better timing to celebrate the big win over the Mumbai Indians. I told you the Royals would have the bit between their teeth. They're motivated to beat the powerhouse franchise of Mumbai, and what another great performance from them.
Yeah, the Royals have got 2-2, but you've got 4-4, leaving all the rest of the experts behind. You're a soothsayer in terms of a part-time job, isn't it?
Listen, as I told you, if I get Gujarat right tonight in the evening game, then retiring.
All right, let's just show you the match summary before we trickle on further. Because look, it was Buttler mayhem, the universe Joss doing what he does best. Another 100 for him, his second for the Rajasthan Royals, of course. Now, that was always going to be a tricky total. Many people felt the way Mumbai Indians pegged things back, they were going to chase it, but it was the spin twins of Rajasthan Royals in Rajasthan Ashwin and Yuzvendra Chahal in particular who kind of pegged things back before Pollard was puffing and puffing towards the end, seeing Rajasthan Royals win by 23 runs. Right, so what really impressed you the most? Was it Buttler or was it the spinners from your perspective, Smithy?
I think both. I mean, you're going to need that all-round package. I think Buttler was the first, day game that we've seen for a while now, and I think it showed that Juice playing a big factor in the evening when chasing. So I think that's the first point to note. I think Buttler setting the game up, strong power play. Sanju Samson again, great, and Hetmeyer's power, just really getting a total to 194. And you've got to be able to defend those. I mean, against extremely exciting batters, Ishan Kishan, Rohit Sharma, Pollard and the likes. You need your bowlers to step up, and we spoke about those combinations before the first Royals game, and Ashwin and Chahal together as a combination looked very exciting for the Royals.
Absolutely. We'll just deep dive into the spinners in a bit, but Buttler getting 100 of 67. Now, in terms of IPL hundreds, it's not the quickest by any means. Were you scared as a RR fan? Maybe they were 10, 15 runs short, or do you think they had enough runs in the bank?
Listen, against Mumbai at the Wankhede, you always have your stress points. I thought they potentially could have got over 200, maybe 15 runs short. 210 was certainly on the cards. But in the end, a comfortable victory. Some key performances and key overs. I mean, I think Chahal's 15th over, was brilliant. I always think that 15th and 17th over are so key when you're trying to defend a target as a fielding team. And, those were brilliant overs for Rajasthan. Pegged everyone back, got key wickets at the time. And all in all, they'll be very, very happy with their start.
Yeah, you mentioned it in a couple of videos earlier to us, the fact that RR have kind of not acquired the big Indian fishes out there, but they've got now two of them in Ravichandran Ashwin and Yuzvendra Chahal. Was that the key, and will that be the key moving forward?
I think in the past they haven't really. I mean, if you think back, maybe Rahul Dravid was the big one. Jinx slightly to a lesser degree, but now having Ashwin and Chahal, are two big Indian players for them, and two icons Indian icons that can build their franchise on. Two great combinations. But they just look at, 7 debutants in the first game. They just look at a balanced team. Padikkal, Sanju Samson in number 3 and 4. The left-hand, right-hand combinations with Buttler up front. The one question mark for them would be Jaiswal. He had a terrible day in the field, didn't bat that well. So, I think that will be the only question mark for them.
All right, let's talk about it from a Mumbai Indians perspective, because Jasprit Bumrah was off colour in that first game against Delhi Capitals, but today he was absolutely immaculate. 3 for 17 in his 4 overs. He bowled 2 in the power play, 1 in the middle and then 1 in the death. This is the first time, by the way, Graeme Smith, that the fact that Jasprit Bumrah has turned up on the losing side after conceding an economy of less than 5. A word on Bumrah, and do you think he can really start firing up the cylinders now?
Yeah, look, we know the class of Bumrah. Such a key performer, both for India and the Mumbai Indians. Just a wonderful person and an incredible international bowler with so many skills. He can bowl a great Yorker. He's got pace, gets the ball to swing. So he's a huge weapon for Mumbai Indians. And he bowled and he showed the class difference between him and the rest today. He was just a class above. A team scoring 190 odd, and you've got one of your bowlers going for less than 6 runs and over. It's an incredible effort. So yeah, I mean, he's going forward in the tournament. You expect him in the competition for him to play a big role. And you know, Mumbai will be hoping that there's a few more wickets in there as well for him.
Yeah, Bumrah was certainly a positive for them despite the defeat. Another man who really stood out for the Mumbai Indians was the left-handed Tilak Verma, 33 balls, 61. The man who comes from Hyderabad. What did you make of him? Because you're a swashbuckling left-hander. I'm sure that would have pleased you.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think it was a key knock because, you know, without Surya Kumar Yadav, who we expected to play today, it was, you know, it was someone, you know, you look at Ishan Kishan, you look at, you know, Rohit Sharma, you know, a lot of pressure on them to perform. Pollard in the middle order, and the youngsters in the middle. Tilapama was brilliant. So, you know, outstanding. You know, from him, that'll give Mumbai Indians a little bit more confidence in their depth. They'll obviously be trying their best to get Surya Kumar Yadav back, but you know, from the perspective today, Tilapama was a positive.
Yeah, the second youngest to score of 50 for the Mumbai Indians, and it all came against RR in that regard. Let's end this chat by asking you about Rajasthan Royals. Even though they picked up the points today, you think the bowling is thin, which would cost them in the longer run?
I don't think so. I mean, I think today it was an interesting choice. You know, we were debating the all-rounders in Nisham and Kultanal, but Saini really has big potential as an out-and-out fast bowler for India. So, you know, there are a few options for them. I think that's the only, you know, so that Jaiswal and that third seamer all-rounder position is something that they're going to have to play with as the competition goes on, as wickets start to dry out, to see how they get their combinations right. But in the end, I think, you know, Saini's got lots of potential. And yeah, you know, for them, you look at batters are in form, you know, top order scoring runs, bowlers doing their job. So, you know, 1 or 2 small question marks, but early on in the tournament, the Royals will be extremely happy with, you know, the auction. You make all these big decisions and you come in, you never know really how it's going to go, but the team looks to be firing.
All right, final one from me then. How are you going to be celebrating this win tonight? Some Pinot Noir, I'm guessing?
Listen, I'm in South Africa for a few more weeks before I join the IPL, so I'll probably light a fire and have a little, what we call a braai, where it's barbecue, but also keeping an eye on the next game so that you and I can have a good chat afterwards.
All right, absolute professional there from Graeme Smith in Joburg, who's soaking it in, and of course, that jersey fits him well as well. We'll see you shortly, Graeme Smith, but thanks again for your time, and brilliant call again with seeing the Royals win this one with comfortable ease, some would say, in the end.